Peace, shalom, assalamu alaikum, namaste, hotep. Hello. Hey you guys, it's me, yours truly, Nefer Peacock, Nubia, and just wanted to speak with you today really quickly about something that I think goes overlooked because of media and what's popular and how society has transformed itself over the years. And it's about really maintaining or nurturing your intimate relationships in a very special kind of way that doesn't cost a thing. In today's society, every time you turn on the TV, every time you turn on media or you watch movies, except for your romantic comedies, I guess, which really are not necessarily life all the time. Can be, but not necessarily life. You really don't see a lot of bonding. For a woman to massage her man's shoulders and look good for him when he comes home, or if she's lesbian, to cook for him and to let him know, hey, I'm doing this because I appreciate you. I'm going out of my way to make sure that I look good for you, that I cook a favorite meal for you, that I do that that you like. And men, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to tell you that you're beautiful, just like I did when we first met. I'm going to send you flowers. I'm going to surprise you with something special, just even if it's a simple note or a breakfast in bed, or even with mother-daughter relationships or father-son relationships, taking time out to say, okay, you know what? Once a week, I'm going to make sure that I spend time with my child to see what's really going on in their lives. And then you won't have a lot of teenagers or children feeling like nobody listens to them and nobody cares and nobody understands, and then they end up turning to the streets, or they end up turning into women or men or drugs or alcohol or whatever it may be. What's really missing is nurturing of our intimate relationships. I never understood or overstood why they called it sweet nothings. Oh, she whispered or he whispered sweet nothings in my ear. Why? Those are sweet everythings, because those little things go so far. And so far too often, people get so caught up in the providing for, whether it's providing for your child or providing for your spouse or providing for yourself. They get so caught up in the maintaining the luxury looks or the necessities, of just paying like everyday bills, just surviving, that they neglect nurturing the relationships. So then people are stressed out because they're hustling, trying to get this money to take care of their family, and they're not receiving any type of support in the background for that. They're not receiving any type of encouragement and love and a thank you. And people are like, I hear some people say, oh, we should never thank a father for being a father. That's what he's supposed to do. No, we should. That's not an easy job of being a good father, being a good mother, being a good wife, being a good husband. These things take application every single day, because what you don't do, somebody else will. So if we're not there for our children, or take like a day out of a week, to say, okay, you know what, tonight I'm gonna one day a week, I'm going to go have dinner with my son or my daughter, or go play basketball, or do whatever activity is you can possibly think of, even if it's just to go for a walk. Those things go for a long way. I love when I see Indian couples, even if it's in apartments or if it's in a neighborhood or even down the beach, they always take time in the evenings, whether it's the husband and wife or son and brother and sister. They're always walking with each other every afternoon right before sunset to make sure that they keep the family close. And with TV and media being a huge distraction in today's society, it really pulls us away from our family unless we're taking the time to really watch something that can really help and benefit our lives together as a family, or maybe even just a funny movie. But the most important thing is that nurturing those relationships at home, the importance couldn't be stressed enough. People need to feel loved. They need to feel appreciated. They are starving for it. Okay, whether there are best friends that just need a phone call to say, hey, yo, I love you, I'm thinking about you, or your mother or your grandmother, let's not procrastinate and put it off for another day or put something before that, because at the end of this life cycle, it's not going to be what you provided for them that flashes before their eyes. It's going to be the moments and times that you spend with them. So whenever you're with them, make sure you make the most of those times. And if you're away from them, if you have a long distance lover, or if your parents live in another state, or your children live in another state or city, make sure that you call or text or send gifts or do any little thing that you can do, even if it's just a quick text to say, I'm thinking about you. Okay? You'll be surprised if you might say, oh, my man's not the type that likes that. Nah, he's all hardcore. That don't mean nothing to him. You'll be surprised. Oh, my girl gonna think I'm soft if I do something like that. Man, she don't think I'm a punk. You'll be surprised. Now, everybody's not gonna appreciate your efforts, but what you put out, you get back. Even if it doesn't come back from that person, it will come back from someone else. Not maybe necessarily a loved one, but it may be come back from your boss, a business colleague, a business partner, a neighbor. You know, it's the energy that we put out and the effort that we put out that comes back. And you'll be surprised that in your relationships, the energy that you put forth will be returned back to you in all the ways that of things that you really wanted, you know? If you say, man, I sure wish my wife would cook more often, or man, I sure wish my man would like rub my shoulders or do da-dun-da-dun, or whatever the case may be. If you show gratitude that you have that person in your life, that that person is not for granted, that that person means everything, and it's not just talk. Remember, we got to back it up too, you know? And like I said, it doesn't take much to take a day or an hour out of a week to dedicate to showing that person. And then if you have a set up time, like say every Friday is date night, or every Friday or Saturday we play basketball with the kids, or we go take grandma somewhere to the mall, walk around with grandma to the mall, you know, especially with our elders, because they get neglected often. And it wasn't for them, of course, we wouldn't be here. And there's a lot of knowledge that could be soaked up from them. But what I'm saying is that even if that's designated time, don't necessarily wait for those days too. Surprise them, you know. Don't wait for Mother's Day. Don't wait for a birthday. Don't wait for Valentine's Day. You know, every day that the sun rises and sets, it's like a brand new birth. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new chance to get it right, you know? And it's never too late to be what you might have been, or to have what you might have had. So you can still rectify whatever may seem like it's too far gone, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a son or a daughter that's running wild. It's never too late. It really takes you being humble, not wanting to be right, but to be humble enough to put yourself in a position to say, you know what, I love you. And I don't want to see anything happen to you. I don't want to lose you. Anytime I act out like this or say this or get mad or like this, it's only out of love. And if there's a way that I can communicate with you better, or if there's something that I need to do to show you that I love you better, what is it? What can I do? You know? And that's how we keep our relationships. But we don't see that in media. We don't see that in movies. So we don't hear that in music, you know? It's not like back in the day where we did. So where all the love Casablanca movies, or I shouldn't say Casablanca because that was kind of crazy, but you know, all the love movies, just the whole society as a whole, the family structure. And being revolutionary starts at home. Charity starts at home. You have to focus on your home first, family first. When you have family straight, then it's easier to bring the community together. And then it's easier to bring the nation together. You know, it's nation building, and all of us need each other. This is not about me, you, him, she. It's about we. It's about one. It's about one love. It's about one heart. It's about one health, one mind, one soul, getting this money, supporting each other. You know, that's another way that you can show your friends, your colleagues that you love them, by supporting their businesses, by supporting their efforts, by supporting their projects, by supporting, just saying, yo, this is dope. Even if you can't do anything financially, you know, just by supporting and saying, you know what, you doing this is hot, you know, that encourages us, because us as a people can sometimes get so defeated, and we have come so far and accomplished so much that there's never a reason for us to feel that way. And as a people, as a family, we are so powerful and amazing beyond belief. And not just as a people, as a human race. Okay, I'm gonna branch this to everybody, because there's a lot of business, there's a lot of love that could be done with other nationalities. There's nothing wrong with being proud of your own culture, celebrating your own culture, and also celebrating, you know, others, and seeing how you can network with them to monetize, to create a better world. You know, it's a lot of things that can be done. So don't just close yourself off like a lot of us melanated people do to only your kind. Okay, because just because they're your kind doesn't mean they're your culture, and just because they're your culture doesn't mean they're your kind. That's for another day, another discussion. So to wrap this up, I want to say, please be sure to right now take a moment and think about something special that you can do for your loved ones, to let them know on a consistent basis how much they mean to you. And don't take them for granted, you know, because they're not promised, and it's not guaranteed that if it's a romantic relationship that something better is going to come along. You weigh your pros and your cons, you know. And I love how back in the day, my grandmother, I was talking to my grandmother the other day, we really didn't switch up. You know what I'm saying? It's like we found a spouse, we made it work. Now, I'm not saying stay in a negative situation, no. And if a situation proves that it's, you know, if you're being abused verbally, physically, that's a no-go. You know, whether it's by anybody, by, I'm sorry, your parents, I'm not sorry, your parents, your spouse, your brother, your sister, anybody, you know, that you definitely need to seek help. And if you don't know how to cope with that, you don't know how to deal with that, you know, I have some resources that maybe have helped to you if you message me. You can email me, or you can message me on Facebook. Um, but I just want to say, make sure that you take time to really, if it's worth holding on to, nurture those relationships, and don't neglect to tell your significant others, best friends, children, wives, husbands, how much they mean to you, and then boom, surprise them with something, even if it's something small. Whatever you can do will mean the world to them. So forget the sweet nothings. Whisper sweet somethings. Shout it out loud. Celebrate them out loud. People, we don't celebrate each other enough. We really need to celebrate each other. Okay? I love you. Um, Peace. Happy New Year. Happy spring. Remember to detox. And be one, mind, body, soul, spirit. Okay? Much peace, much love. I hope this message reaches you and touches you, so that you'll be moved to make a positive change in your life and someone else's today, right now. Okay. Hotep, peace, one love, namaste.